That's right, Backstreet is back, and of course, you know what it is. I'm for Shaw, we got Lutini next to me, and we're here for our Street Fighter 6 Top 8 bracket. It is our third Backstreet, of course. You know, how you doing today, Lutini?
I am fantastic, dude. It always feels good to be back here at the Highline College.
Right.
Those of you in the area here in the Pacific Northwest, the Seattle, the Tacoma, everybody, we love having you at these events. If you're not sure about coming out, you're in the chat right now. Cannot recommend it enough. The TOs always put on a great show here.
Right.
All of the people are fantastic. Come out, have a good time with us. And if you can't, of course, we always love talking to you in the chat. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, of course, we do have a couple of staples here in the bracket as we kind of look at it here. We have definitely Wimp, who's been rocking that JP pretty well, of course, forming a non-main here. And we're going to see how that kind of goes into Season 2, right? Season 2 coming very, very soon. Akuma, I expect to be dropped, honestly, the next 12 hours.
Yeah, there's been a lot of discussions about that.
Right? Like, so meta's going to be shaken up very soon. I'm curious to see how JP is going to survive that. But right now, this character still has the utility, even through past the post nerfs, right?
Right.
Then we got, of course, Kpop. Kimberly, you know what it is. One of the best to do it in the business.
Yeah, very likely we'll see that for winners finals.
Yeah, very expected to make it very far through this top 8. Looking down to it, we got Zukenyi, we got Squidtastic, Nanosphere, Dante, and La Revolution. We're still waiting on one more to kind of get solidified there. But yeah, of course, Dante plays a lot of different games, mostly known for playing a lot of anime games, but really has been hunkering down with Street Fighter, sticking with solo for right now, playing that Luke, right? Of course, that character, I think no matter how you change that character is designed to be good. Right?
Yes, it's very hard to nerf Luke out of being good. Like that Sandblast is going to be a crazy pressure tool. He's always going to have good damage. And of course, just like those tools, the crouching medium punch, they nerfed it. And how far did that get them, right?
Yeah, it's one of those things where like his normals are just the way he's animated.
Yeah.
It's just so strong, having forward advancing buttons, really obscuring that kind of like space in terms of when you're playing footsies and neutral and right. But we're going to get right off the bat here. Wimp versus Zukenyi.
I am excited for this. Also, you were talking about like the anime players earlier. That's another thing that's great about this event, right? We've got so many different games. There's so much crossover. It's a low-stakes environment,
Marvel 3 today.
Right? Yeah, we had Marvel 3. Crazy to see that
Shouts
coming out.
to Hazy winning that there as well. Hazy, one of the biggest prominent players in the PNW, winning his own tournament. That's crazy. You didn't hear from him?
Goat.
But yeah, shouts to him and Alina for really putting that on. It was a $1 tournament, so I would love to see more stuff like that. You know, we were talking about Plus R later. I would love to see. We have a big Plus R scene, so
let's get the Plus R.
I would love to see that. But we got, of course, Easy Honda, Edmund Honda, coming up here against JP. Now, this is, I think this is kind of a doozy, right? You really have to pick and choose your battles when you're Honda, right? You can't just do kind of the same thing, but just like, all right, I'm going to full send it, right? Headbutt, butt slam. You really have to navigate this obstacle course that JP does put out to you.
This is a matchup where Honda does not get the opportunity to dictate the flow of the match. And
absolutely.
That's his happy place. That's what makes him so oppressive. That's why he's your ranked paralysis demon, because it is so hard to deal with that kind of pressure. But if Wimplo can do those things you're talking about, throw that garbage on the screen, get himself set up, that is the thing that will keep them ahead.
Yeah, garbage is definitely the word. The screen space is definitely going to be taken over here by Wimplo, putting down the portal already. And I like the respect coming from Zukenyi, but unfortunately...
Oh no.
Hand up. You know what? I like that. Wimplo knows the etiquette, so we're going to be holding off there. Fortunately, there's a little bit of stream interruption there. You don't like to see that, but we're going to get fixed up really quick.
Yeah, that was a little screwy. I imagine we're just going to, run it back, restart. We didn't really see anything yet. We saw a Honda holding back down.
Standing there menacingly, right? Yeah.
Not exactly
not
giving
to
away
say
the
they
game
won't
plan.
stay the same. You might see a very similar opening but after this, but we're going to make sure that the stream gets fixed so there's no hiccups later on here at Backstreet.
Honda players showing their hand early. So I'm going to hold back down in this matchup, and you're going to parry and pray. Other discussing
honestly
what
should
to do.
Probably just restart it.
Yeah, I think just restart it. It was kind of a weird scenario. It was the beginning of game 1, and again, this isn't top 8 of Evo, right? These guys are chilling.
I know.
I don't think anybody's really worried about the slight competitive advantage that might come out of that situation.
But it is still competition, of course.
It is.
Right. This is where you get practice for those big events. So it's always keep it consistent, right? I mean, nobody's really your friend in bracket. I always say that. In this case, it's a little bit benign, but we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah, that's totally valid. I saw something recently. There was a good discussion on Twitter where people were arguing that TOs should not allow people to just gentlemen's and reset in those situations with like the controller unplug. It should not be allowed, and you have to take the W because of the social pressure, which I thought was kind of an interesting,
It's an interesting
point of
conversation.
view. Yeah.
I think there's a larger discussion, a little bit, there's a lot of gray there, right? Something I don't want to put out to the world right now, but we're going to get right back into the match here, of course, between Wimplo and Zukenyi. Hopefully no more snags here. Get right down to business.
Yeah, we're running it back here. Salt the earth, my man.
Exactly. There might be more than this jet here on the battlefield. As Zukenyi starts off with the aggression. I thought you said he was the aggressor.
I feel like there's a little bit of a mix-up going on here. I don't know what Zukenyi is doing.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is you want to get in there before Wimplo could even get a chance to set up. Oh, no, whiff punish on the hands.
Yeah, this is very much who can hold that advantage state, right? We were talking about how Wimplo can shut down Honda, but you're seeing the opposite thing happening here as well, especially with like those little bits of nerfs that JP got to his defense. It's going to be a bit easier for Honda to push in against him like this.
I don't like it how calm Wimplo has weathered the storm right now. Zukenyi is now in burnout, which is a great bigger advantage here for Wimplo if he can get some free damage. Oh. And there is the DI. This is how we make it up right here.
And you're burnt out, but not for long. Being able to stay on the offense during most of that burnout was crucial for Zukenyi. But now we're kind of resetting in neutral. Wimplo getting that first grab, but can you actually set up off of this?
Okay, there's that portal. Gets the respect, gets the cross up this time. I'm liking the pressure coming out. Here's the level 2. I hope you hold parry.
These double jumps coming out here like these guys are playing anime fighters. I see you.
Wow, good stuff from Zukenyi. Got out of that level 2, was able to mash out to boot, but there's the drive reversal. Pushing Wimplo back to a good spacing.
More and more drive reversals are being optimized in the meta over the last few months. And
Finding the application,
I like seeing that, because when the game first came out, people were talking about, like, well, Dalsim does it, but that's basically it.
Yeah, there it is. Zukenyi taking that first round. Very kind of first slow round, but I think a lot of data was collected probably on Wimplo's side. Didn't really show his hand too much, but we're getting right there. Now we're seeing a lot more zoning, right? That round 2 Wimplo is what you have to be scary about.
Yeah, you got that set up. You don't have the resources, though. Zukenyi actually has a significant advantage on that front, but the life lead from Wimplo starting to get away from him a little bit. You got to be careful.
Ooh, you saw the reaction on the perfect parry to get the punish counter grab, and there is the DI. I think Zukenyi was thinking about the option beforehand. Ooh, look at that. He's so cool.
Yeah,
he's so cool, and a cool perfect KO to boot.
What a dapper man.
Villains, they do it best, right?
Okay, with that crouching heavy punch nerve. Oh, my man don't care about those crouching heavy punch nerves. Again with the double jumps, but this time Zukenyi does get the grab.
And I like what we saw earlier. Went same side because there was a cross-up last time when that scenario came up, but this time we're going for the level 3. You know what? I think we know what's going to be in. It ruined. There we go, get the post knockdown. Runs up this time.
Great Oki.
I like that option. Didn't go for the portal because it is a kind of a fake pressure option.
Ooh, Zukenyi got to watch that drive gauge. Hold up, you're getting low. And now it is burnt out. This is looking curtains. I think Wimplo's got this.
I think he's definitely got this. Yep, the chip out, here it is. And that should be game. There it is. Yeah. There's a very hard moment for Zukenyi there. Probably could have mashed the level 3 for his life potentially, but it's a woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda at this point, right? You got one on the board on Wimplo's side. We're going to go right into the next game here at Winners Finals. Winners Semifinals, excuse me.
Because, in that case, the level 3 would have worked, but what if Wimplo had the read? And then you're definitely dead.
It's on my shirt. Guess.
Just guess. Was that Taxes meme? Just guess. Jail.
What?
Wait, you're not seeing this?
No, you have to put me on that one.
I'll send that to you later.
But right now, Zukenyi is filling in the gaps here on this pressure. Jumps in, and we're seeing, Wimplo is just, once again, taking his time, letting Zukenyi swing first to look for an opportunity to punish.
Okay, get that Oicho throw, trying to put the pressure on, but I am so impressed with Wimplo's parry game, not letting that drive gauge pressure even get started from Zukenyi.
Okay, but now we see Zukenyi recognizing that the parries are coming out, which means the grabs have to come out in full force, pushing Wimplo to the corner. There is the amnesia. How are you defend to this one? Get the pickup? Yes, he does.
What corner carry out of that? Obviously not putting him in the corner, but able to just extend so far away, giving him all that space. Now he gets to back up for free. He doesn't have to worry about Zukenyi's offense nearly as much because of that area behind him. We've
seen so many overhead attempts from Zukenyi. There's a DI. Rushes back in with no fear. I like what I'm seeing. Now this becomes very hard for Zukenyi. Do you spend drive gauge to get out of this? Or do you take the chip? You take the chip.
You were talking about that low-high mix and the overheads from Zukenyi. I want to see some delay lows.
Or Kara into the command grab, because you can do that with Honda.
Yeah, very true. Mix them up a little bit, because Wimplo's just fuzzying those, and to great effect.
Yeah, his defense has been honestly kind of the star of this show here. As I say, that does get opened up, and I think if you're Wimplo, you're okay with taking some throws here and there, because the interactions are ending up more on his side because of these perfect parries.
Ooh, and now once again, Zukenyi's the one who is low on drive gauge, and you are burnt out again. Going out on Wimplow's terms as well. Level 2 manages to jump over some of that damage, but eventually the checkmate comes out. Set up on him. What kind of string can you get off of this?
Wow, we're gonna get full damage here, and we get the reset. Nice blocks from Zukenyi, but there it is. Wimplow is gonna be going up 2-0. And there it is. That's going to be it, right? First to 3, am I not mistaken?
I believe so. We are in top 8 territory here. But that was
it's first to 3? Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, first to 3. So 2 opens the keeper. Go back into the character select, right? Take a little bit of time. Take a little bit of breather, right? Yeah, I like that.
I was watching some VODs from Red Bull Kumite, and that was one of the big things they were talking about. So many players were getting in their own heads, hitting that quick rematch, and it starts to snowball. Even in those first to 5s that they had going, there were so many 5 donuts, 5 1s coming out, and a lot of it might have just been predicated on, I need to, chillax. Take a break.
Icing your opponent is definitely a skill of its own in terms of like handling that mental pressure and whatnot. And so we're going to go back right into it. JP Honda. Now, pointed out earlier, Wimplow being very good, choosing his battles when necessary, representing parry to make sure that we stay above in the drive gauge economy, above Honda.
Yes.
Right, this could be so important because if you get burned out, which Wimplow has not gotten burned out at all during this whole set, right? It's a big difference between what Zukenyi's been put into.
Absolutely. And we can't even say that Zukenyi needs to start using those Oicho throws because they are. It's just that Wimplow is one step ahead, literally playing that mantra of take the throw, and it hasn't been enough of a threat from Zukenyi for Wimplow to have to move off of that.
Exactly. And speaking of threat, the only threat here is going to be Wimplow's JP as they are now on match point.
Ooh, now we going in again. The aggressive JP. My man does not care. Also not even going for those crouching heavy punches. Maybe a little bit scared of those nerfs. Losing that upper body invincibility. But you don't need that kind of defense when you can put him in the corner like that.
Looking like Kakaru out here with the JP parries. I'm seeing it right now.
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, Zukenyi says, all right, that's a very good idea. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll use it against you.
Let me just add that to my lexicon real quick. Ooh, getting hit out of the headbutt as well in the startup frames. Wimplow turning things around. Another level 2 in the corner.
And we've seen a lot of level 2s come from Wimplow, but this has been the most deadly because all the ones have been kind of not very effective, but it's just the nick of time to win that set against Zukenyi as Wimplow will be moving on 3-0.
That was rough. Look, you were talking up Wimplow earlier. Can see why.
There's a reason, right? I mean, no fault to Zukenyi. Zukenyi had a very good showing. There's a reason why he made it with the top 8 here at Backstreet Brawl. But Wimplow's been on the grind, putting in the time. No matter how you nerf the character, you can't nerf him.
No, you cannot. Man's built different. So many of these JP players, it's great to see when your character gets nerfed, and you're just like, all right, well, I'll just get better.
True. And that's a good mindset, right? Like, if I don't know a matchup or I'm unfamiliar with something, just like, all right, that's on me. You can't defer the responsibility. You have to pick that up.
Yeah, exactly. I am very excited for Season 2 of this game. There are, of course, those little balancey things that we're not feeling great about right now with some characters. But even still, I am so impressed with the first pass.
The first iteration of a vanilla game of fighting games usually has a rocky start. Not necessarily there wasn't any rockiness in this season, right? But this is probably the best vanilla version of a fighting game I've ever seen in my entire life.
Agreed.
So Season 2, I'm expecting a lot to shake up here, and we'll see if people stick with it. It's around Season 3 when people have kind of all right, I think I put my time in, and we'll see who the diehards are, right? And this is the nature of fighting games, right?
Yeah.
There's always new fighting games coming out, and people either stick with the old ones or move on to the next one. Speaking of which, new fighting games have been shown about there at EVO Japan. If you haven't seen, of course, the Hunter x Hunter fighting game has been on display. The Fatal Fury game. I'm very excited for that game, by the way. The game looks gorgeous. But speaking of gorgeous, got a gorgeous man come stage here. Kpop here. We'll be playing that Kimberly, of course. And on the other side is Squidtastic.
I bet my man excited for that Hunter x Hunter.
Another mission awaits.
I
think a lot of people are.
John has had some history playing some assist fighters. It's mostly thanks to a resident player known as Kyle P. Kyle P, one of our best players in our region, of course.
It's got all your favorite characters in it. It's got white hair kid.
It's got your functions, right? Cobble Fee was right. Cobble Fee was right about the functions.
They got
people scoffed at that.
The dude who looks like a clown, old man in a t-shirt.
But it's about the screen garbage, right?
Yeah,
I think that's what people kind of miss. But there's also a lot more isms to it that I think that will fill that that TVC Marvel gap a lot more than 2XKO.
Yeah.
2XKO has more of a BB tag kind of charm to it, a little bit slower as well. So there's a lot, I think there's going to be something for everybody. We're such a great time right now for fighting games.
Yeah, Justin was saying, Justin Wong, in his review of the game, he put out like a 25-minute video if anybody's interested in it. He played the game for a couple hours, of course, one of the GOATs of the Marvel vs. Capcom series, and he said the movement's just Marvel.
Glad to hear it. And we'll see how the movement goes in for this next match between Squidtastic and Kpop here. Now, Juri, we don't have too many representations, so I'm glad to see Squidtastic is that player for this character.
Yeah, Juri is a character who, I mean, won Capcom Cup, right? Clearly has the sauce, but a little bit underrepresented, at least in our region. So it's always fun to see when someone pulls this character out and, you know, carves their own path.
Wow. But speaking of carving a path here, Squidtastic carving a path against Kpop. I like Kpop trying to walk outside the corner. Squidtastic putting on the aggression, spent all their drive bar. I hope it was worth it.
Oh, we're going to find out if you can keep that advantage state, but no, Kpop actually getting out. Double overheads, reset, make it a third, and closing that out beautifully.
And that call ended up because Squidtastic burned themselves out, which allowed Kpop to kind of return the favor. Speaking of return the favors, there's that EX teleport, the drop down of Squidtastic to get that level 3 buff.
That double dash in from Squidtastic was crazy.
You gotta abuse it, what your mama gave you, right?
Juri's mom and that feng shui engine, they go hand in hand.
Nice air reset to the grab, goes through the DI here. The music may be changed, but the tune is still playing there on Squidtastic's side.
Yeah, the question is who is going to be setting the tempo. Right now, it's Kpop. Got that level 3 buff, of course, and the resets in the corner, and you are dead. What a fast game one from Kpop.
Yeah, one up there for Kpop. And no, Kpop, may know, does have a secondary Juri, so he has a little bit of knowledge of this character. So that might be coming into play here.
That can go a long way.
Yeah, I'm not really curious about what Squidtastic's like MU knowledge is here, but they're doing a good job to at least keep up the pace of Kpop, right? As I see a DI once again getting landed.
I think there's a lot to be said for not just knowing in theory the weaknesses of somebody else's character, but having that experience of being able to feel it, right? Where you can just, it feels different when you're piloting those weaknesses. You sense that range where you feel awkward at or you feel strong at. So Kpop, knowing that, can absolutely go in and take advantage.
Oh, there is the level 1. Squidtastic was smashing that through as soon as they saw a whiff coming out on Kpop's side. EX teleport to skate right back, and you have to respect it because things are a lot more safe. But a well-timed jump from Squidtastic. Ooh.
Right on the board.
Looking pretty good so far here. Now, we talked about theory right now. Juri is that theoretical top tier that has a lot of good things, as we're seeing right here. Check out the corner carry right now.
Yeah, all you Strive players, this is Ram Lethal right here. In theory.
There we go. Nice damage coming out to the boot. Has 2 stocks on the Feng Shui engine, but might not get a chance to. We're in that burnout again, Lentini.
Oh, but gets the grab again. As long as you stay at advantage, it doesn't matter if you're burned out. Goes for the attacks here with that level 2. Can you actually get anything off of it? Yes, good DP.
Wow, Squidtastic is a down thing on the fly. We saw many times throughout the match where Kpop would try to steal their turn back with EX teleport, but that time Squidtastic was ready for the anti-air. Speaking of being ready, Kpop is ready for this next round.
I really like these interesting little things that Squidtastic does, like that hit confirm super, even on the block, just pulling it out, make the pressure known, get Kpop to pull the trigger on something.
The aggression is coming out here from Kpop, and there it is, the drive rush joust where we meet in the middle, and Squidtastic comes out on top.
Jumping over, though, Kpop been so good at getting out of the corner, taking full advantage of that movement that Kimberly has. Squidtastic now resetting both of them in burnout. Who can get the opening? Looks like it's going to be Kpop.
Yeah, honestly, you got Mix here with the run under on the anti-air. That is a special there from Kpop. Does very good on doing those left-right mix-ups, so you really have to pay attention.
Ooh, we're going in.
Great time to pull the perfect parry because the slide is just so damn active.
And Squidtastic coming alive. Game number 2, of course, going their way, and now looking so much more on par with this pressure from Kpop. Kpop gonna need to adapt before this maybe starts to get away. Having trouble dealing with that Feng Shui engine.
Looking really good so far. Yeah, Squidtastic has been a jumper, which allows Kpop to go for these crouching fierces. As I say that, gets one of their own, goes through the EX Azuna drop, and gets the full combo. Just meter dump all the way.
Yeah, great conversion. If you got it, flaunt it. And my man got a lot of meter out here.
Kpop flaunts a pretty hard style right now. Oh my god, I spoke too soon. I'm sorry, Squidtastic. I'm sorry. You know what?
Put some respect on my man's name.
Exactly.
My man heard you from over there at the setup. He's not wearing earplugs or anything.
Don't let it be me.
That's the worst feeling as a commentator. You're talking trash to somebody, then they give you that little look over.
Hey, I'm always a big advocate of let's go both players. And right now, Squidtastic had a good wake-up reversal there. Once again, put back in burnout. Now, we're seeing the difference in how people manage their drive gauge and how they win matches, right?
Right. Right now, though, Kpop got a little bit of advantage, letting it rip with that level 1. That's what Squidtastic needs. That drive gauge almost back. You can see trying to stall out. Kpop teleporting in, but burning out for their trouble. Is it going to be enough? Not quite. Oh,
what a
the
gamble.
trade.
Yeah, what a gamble. Not really working out on Squidtastic their side. Now putting Kpop on game point here, unless Squidtastic can have the adaptation.
Risky dive kick from Squidtastic. We saw that come out earlier. Kpop ready for it this time, but not able to punish. Again with the perfect fairy. Squidtastic getting a little bit more consistent with that timing.
Yeah, unfortunately not believe full Harley, but was able to get the screen space. Speaking of that, Kpop returning the favor, inching themselves out, but nice well-timed button. Kpop has so much resources to work with as we're going to get that buff once more time. But we do have 2 levels on the side of Squidtastic. They have to use it potentially here, right?
It's going to be hard, though. That buff and the fast overhead, so hard to deal with.
Yeah, it really is. I like that idea, too, because put an option that seems unreactable, right? Like, don't give him a chance to churn for that level 1.
Yeah, exactly. My man, he may be trying to churn some butter out here, but have to do that over the loser bracket.
Some dollars here in a second. They keep winning through this bracket here at Backstreet Brawl 3. Once again, you guys know it's that dynamic duo. For Shalantini doing it here.
Always a pleasure, my man. It's great to have events like this here in the PNW. Love the Tempest team. These guys absolutely crush it every single time. Today, of course, being no different. It's just fun to be in this environment. Even if you're not competing, you're just here for the friendlies. You're like us. You're here for the commentary.
Here for the vibes. Yep.
Just have a good old time.
Yeah, a good time we definitely have. Now, looking out into the bracket here, I think we're going dipping down into the losers.
I looked over and I saw Kpop outside. Like, what? You were...
Hey, I think my man, win or lose, goes through it. He puts his whole being into it. I love John, but he's definitely putting his whole soul into it, and I can't fault that.
Absolutely not. I love when competitors really care about the game, and you can see that with a player like Kpop. He's got a character who is not as strong in the current meta. Fingers crossed for those Season 2 patches, because I think Kimberly's kind of a cool character.
We'll kind of see how it ends up. You know, there's characters are so built in this game, right? The power level in this game is pretty high. Like even the low tiers, you can still do damage. You have to respect them, right? So like you could tweak a character one way and it ended up pretty annoying, right?
Right. Like the whole reason Kimberly's in the place she is because the network test. She had that invincible DP, and we see how that went. Everybody was playing Kimberly.
I think the thing that talking with Kpop in the past is that he doesn't necessarily want like an OD reversal. He wants like the damage to be unscaled because she has a natural scaling on her damage from the get-go.
Yeah.
So if you uncap that, having a little more damage might put her more on the map. Could go a long way. We'll see how long we'll go through here in the bracket though for Kpop. But looking down to the losers, we do have Zukenyi and Ninosphere, and of course Squidtastic and DMCDante. I think we get on first. I think we're getting on Zukenyi and Ninosphere, right?
All right. I'm ready for it.
See how it kind of goes. Now Honda coming back into the fray here. Now we saw a good handle of series there in the Wimplo matchup. I say the JP matchup, but really it was the Wimplo matchup, right? There's so many perfect parries coming out to kind of counterbalance the natural flow of Honda. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. It was blinding my eye.
Shout out my man Taizai. A man of the people right here. Let's go.
Hey, appreciate
That's my
the
stream
Tempest
runner
boys
right there.
doing it big every single time.
I love these guys.
Across the nation, going global with it.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all, anybody in the chat right now trying to put on an event, hire these guys. They know what's up.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. These guys are a blessing. We were kind of in a slump there post-COVID, but I think a lot of people rised up between TO's production. But this ain't Street Fighter 5, but we're still rising up here in Street Fighter 6. Do you remember that old tagline? Did you remember that?
No, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
You're definitely a younger man.
Yeah, you might be dating yourself
I might be dating. But in the beginning of Street Fighter 5, the slogan was Rise Up.
Okay,
it was quickly ditched, right?
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
So a little bit of, I guess, lore. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm too much of a little baby boy for this deep cut lore.
Yeah, I was like your age when Street Fighter 5 came out. That's crazy. No, I was a little bit younger. A little bit younger than that.
We come a long way.
We've definitely come a long way here. I'd love to see just new generations of players grow up in terms of commentary and playing in tournament and whatnot, and picking up mantles in all corners of the FGC. We'll see how we're to get this game picked up, because this isn't losers.
Yeah,
Someone's got to go home.
You were talking about having no friends in bracket, and this is the time where that becomes incredibly true. Oh, instant perfect parry on the butt slam. Nidosphere already showing Zukenyi, you're going to have to work for this one.
Of course, 2 Juris in this bracket, so I'm seeing what the difference is between Nidosphere. Are they able to manage their drive gauge a little bit differently? So far, doing a good job.
That walk back from Nidosphere. Watch the drive gauge. Oicho throw putting you in a good position. Zukenyi just waiting. As soon as you see that jump, go right for the butt slam, but Nidosphere DPing out, but you burned your drive gauge. That's what I was talking about, and this is really scary.
This is so scary too. Yeah, and Zukenyi doesn't have to make really any sudden movements to kind of just chip away and wait for an overcommitment. Speaking of overcommitment,
I love that.
There it is.
That was so good from Nidosphere. You had to pull the trigger on something because Zukenyi has such an advantage.
That's right. And we talked about movement, right? Any subtle movements, Zukenyi was ready to snipe it with a headbutt or butt slam, but Nidosphere was ready to snipe Zukenyi on the other end. We're looking so good at the momentum right now.
What a DP from Nidosphere. Who DPs there? And burning yourself out, spending everything. Got 1 meter left. Are you actually going to do something with it? Ooh.
I hope it was worth it, because I think we have to go level 3 here very soon on the next commitment. Block. Yes.
That is a lot of chip.
Oh, that's
my
so
goodness.
sad. No! And it put them in prime position to get waked up and get chipped, right?
That's so tough.
It's so tough, right? I think Zukenyi was trying to have the right idea there, but unfortunately did not have the full execution on it. But there it is. The anti-air properties on the headbutt gets another Oicho throw.
Have you seen that graphic where the person gets supered by Juri, and it's like, okay, I got launched across the screen. At least I can wake up for free. And then she just zips towards you and is plus 12. Like,
yeah, she definitely has one of the, this top 2 best drive rushes in the game, just so fast.
Yeah.
In addition to having a good dash, coupled with a fireball like that, man, you're just dealing with trouble. Speaking of dealing with trouble, you're going to catch some trouble from these hands on Honda's side.
Oh, no! I think that was supposed to be a drive rush from Zukenyi. Unfortunate to get that weird parry input there. Now the instant offense. You're talking about getting these hands. My man, he has given you those hands.
Yeah, we go pushing Nidosphere into the corner. Cross up come up from Nidosphere. Turn the whole thing on its head here. Nice. I love the aggression. Was trying to get a shimmy, but Zukenyi was not biting.
The spacing. So threatening, but at the moment, Nidosphere looking a little more confident in that part of the game plan. Once you can get set up to that neutral, it's so hard. Okay, finally getting out of that painful throw loop, but look how much damage that did.
Yeah, we're right now into critical hour here. We'll see if the pain can be brought on if Zukenyi is able to find a good conversion, but Nidosphere is going to come to you. Waits for an overextension.
You do have that level 3 if you're Zukenyi. You got to be really careful about spending it, though. I feel like making the right decision, not pulling the trigger on something too crazy.
It's hard to make the right decision in those tense situations, right? You have a lot going through your head, but now Nidosphere almost on 2-0 apiece. Zukenyi, you got anything? We want to see you on the board. Come on.
Okay, those grabs once again showing the hand on that. Nidosphere very clearly willing to take the throw loops. There we go again. But Zukenyi actually sticking to the block game. Was like, nah, you're not going to do it a third time. And man was right, but now we're going to get it out. Nidosphere just mixing that in so beautifully with the level 3 as well, and that should be curtains.
All right, there we go. The level 3. Break some backs. Call me the chiropractor. We're taking another game here, going up 2-0.
Maybe that is what's going on. She did say that felt good, right? She's just doing the neighborhood watch, helping you out.
Exactly,
like, oh, my man, he's been squatting a lot. I'll bet his back.
Yeah, have you seen Super Ruster's back's probably like hurting, man.
Come on. Oh yeah. There's no way that feels good on the back.
All right, but right now, it probably feels good to take this pressure. What a DP, the call out. We've been seeing Zukenyi try to take their turn back after all this pressure. We are in burnout once more. This might be the Zukenyi show unless Nidosphere can keep their calm.
Nidosphere very willing to burn out, and I think part of that is that Zukenyi hasn't been able to get enough off of it, right? Like, you spent a lot of meter, but you were able to get it back. Already half that drive gauge gone in the first second of having it back. Are we going to see more spent here? No, actually holds on to it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, we're back.
Yeah, unfortunately, didn't fully believe in the conversion and jumps out air reset to get out of the DI. I like that from Zukenyi. It was able to retaliate in kind. All right, we're keeping it copacetic here.
Now, Zukenyi on the board with this one. Get that headbutt going. Drive rush in, just the threat of it, but Nidosphere not pulling the trigger, playing defensive, turning things around, and we are back in the throw loops.
Yeah, we're so back in a big way. Check out this conversion from Nidosphere here.
Oh, no.
Nidosphere really good on just cycling in the strike throw game. Goes for a lot of throws, but you know what? We're counterattacking.
Level
the
3.
Great Equalizer, the DI. Here comes the damage.
Opted not to go into that level 3. Surely it'll come out eventually here. Gotta spend that meter sometime. Nidosphere can do the same thing the other way.
That's
what
so
happened?
upsetting.
No, not like this, Zukenyi.
But we still have a chance here. Yeah, if you keep jumping like that, and there
Nice.
it is. Yeah, you're so scared of getting chipped out. You either jump for your life or you just accept fate.
Finally, Zukenyi able to get some pressure off of those burnouts on Nidosphere. I expect we'll see a little bit of an adaptation, maybe not pull the trigger on that drive gauge quite as much.
That's going to be huge. Yeah, going to get the punish counter stand fears. Of course, big damage, but Nidosphere just wanted to jump out of pressure so easily. I think Zukenyi has to keep that air locked a little bit more when he gives him the corner.
The DP sent him into the corner. Speaking of which, Nidosphere once again very low on drive gauge, and there it is. Zukenyi was scouting out that headbutt. We are back in our happy place. Get a little bit of damage out there, but I think Zukenyi's okay with taking that because you still have a huge advantage here, and that's going to close it out.
It definitely is. Zukenyi looking good to kind of bring this back, being kind of the long con player here. Just realizing, okay, Nidosphere is one to dump meter pretty early, as we see in these early conversions, right?
That was kind of gross. Zukenyi had an idea, but Nidosphere just walking back slowly. The ultimate counterplay.
You know, we've seen Zukenyi, unfortunately, kind of crumble in the corner here. And Nidosphere is being away with a lot more jumps. Haven't seen any anti-air come out from Zukenyi either. Zukenyi kind of gave up on their morals there. We saw so many anti-air butt slams or like anti-airs coming out in general, but at least go for a headbutt. I think it would bode you well.
I think part of what happened in the corner there is Nidosphere has been showing that strike throw so heavily, right? And we finally got the first throw, usually goes for like a jab check, then fades back and comes back in with the grab. So Zukenyi went for the jab that time. So what does Nidosphere do? DI, right into the corner, close out the round. Beautiful stuff.
Okay, but as I say that, the anti-airs are coming back in form. We're both burned out, of course. Zukenyi up in the health department, both level 3 on either side. Whoever lands this might spell doom. There's the punish counter.
Oh, no!
That's so sad.
The spacing, the timing.
The wake up.
There we go. Finally, Zukenyi throwing one of those out. And you are on the precipice of taking game number 4 here. This is an opportunity for Zukenyi. Has to be very careful.
This could be anybody's game.
Oh, no.
Gonna go for level 3.
No.
Yeah, gonna go for level 3. I think this is it.
It's going to be very close.
Very close.
Either way, though, you've got that wake up in the corner.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
GG.
Oh my God!
What are you doing, Nidosphere? Why?
What? I thought it was all in their hands. We have to go next. We can't think about that. The next match
my goodness.
is already in play.
Man, they really hit the GG go next quickly on that one. I was still reeling in my chair, and they're already swinging on each other.
I mean, I think Nidosphere thinks, like, all right, that game should be mine, so I'll take this one too.
Yeah, we just take that back. Yeah, give it to me real quick. Okay, Zukenyi need to get out of this corner. I really like that level 1 mix-up in the corner, speaking of which, from Zukenyi. Has not been showing that. And finally, when it was starting to come down to the wire, willing to pull out that late-game adaptation.
Yeah, start to bring out the late options is definitely a good sign of you're kind of holding it in a bag of tricks.
Nidosphere much more willing to press buttons when burned out because of that pressure, and Zukenyi's taking full advantage, but Nidosphere doesn't let it get away from him.
Yeah, another neutral jump out of the corner there too. Zukenyi has got to start making these reads, making these call-outs there if they want to make sure they don't end up losing the round. Perfect parry. Not what you really expected, but we'll take it.
Oh yeah, we take those every single day. And now Nidosphere gonna have to watch that drive gauge. Zukenyi has a very clear game plan here. It is working very well when you can get Nidosphere burned out early.
In the nick of time, got that level 3 on the hands too. Gonna go right into the ring of fire. You can't dance with me.
Yeah. That is brutal. Talking about needing a chiropractor right there. I think Nidosphere might need one of their own.
Okay, you banked it all on the last meter of your drive gauge. Ooh. I hope it was worth it, Nidosphere.
Wait, Nightosphere's got that level 3. Hold up. Wait, this is getting scary. You got the CA as well.
Yeah, so difficult.
Yeah, what do you do there? You gotta jump, get headbutted.
You pick a god and you pray.
Yeah.
You know, like, and Honda is your only god right here. And we're dead even. One more game. One more round.
Could there be any other way once you're at this point in the bracket, right? Like the losers' quarters, everything's so tight, all these players so good. Everybody deserves to win at this point, but only one can.
And if you're Nightosphere, hopefully you're not thinking about the previous match, right?
Right, you were so close.
You're focusing on the now, because if you're thinking too much, like, oh, I should have had that. What? And I should have had that because now I got the level 3, I got the lead.
Oh my goodness, and getting that drive gauge back, that is crucial. Again, talking about game plans. Now Zukenyi has to break all the way through that drive gauge, only has a level 1 to his name. This is looking like curtains.
Never say never. There it is, catches the trip guard there. Nightosphere taking a sigh of relief. There we go, and taking out Zukenyi out of Backstreet Brawl 3. Good fought there. Love to see the Honda representation. But there we go.
And we saw the patience from Nightosphere in that final interaction as well. On that drive rush in, did not preemptively press a button, actually waited and was able to get that jab check out because of that patience. Turning things around, could have very easily gotten sent into the corner. You get Oicho throw looped, who knows what's going to happen. That could have gone the other way, just like that.
Yeah, and you get really thirsty in those lat hit situations. So it was good at Nightosphere. You kind of see them throw out the Fuha stock fireball. And that kind of plays the game for you, right?
Yeah.
It kind of forces your options like out of your opponent. Like, it's like, do something, please, right? So you can't get too thirsty, but you can get hydrated. So stay hydrated, everybody.
Yeah, hydrate or dihydrate out here.
That's right. But we'll move on to the next bracket here. Oh, the next game of the bracket, losers quarters finals. DMC, Dante, Squidtastic, more Juri action. A little bit of Luke mixed in this time.
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. Get that cheeky little crouch medium punch. It's been interesting to see. I was going back watching some pre-patch footage of Luke and seeing that crouch medium punch. I'm like, how did we not? How did this get bad play testing? Like, that guy moves crazy.
I'm all for strong buttons too, but you know, it definitely is a little over centralized. We'll kind of see how they kind of. I think they'll make it slower, like maybe like 1 or 2 frames, because that is kind of the crux of the issue. One of the big strong things about that move, even though it did get nerfed, is it is a 6-string medium button, right?
Yes, it's very fast.
Not a lot of characters have that, and that kind of skews the RPS a little bit when you're in that range. So
right,
and just the nature of like how it is low and whatnot. So
and he gets so much off of it, right?
It's like, that utility I talked about.
The Luke damage.
You can nerf a lot of damage with characters, but it's all about the utility. That's why JP is still going to be a strong character. You know, and I don't want characters to get put to the ground, per se, right? I want to see more characters viable, more representation. And maybe the representation might be Guile here.
Yeah, I was not expecting this.
I was not either.
As a Guile enjoyer
really
myself.
Dante, you real?
All right, we're going to find out.
We zoning?
It's going to be very interesting.
What?
Up again, what is happening?
What's going on?
The battle of secondaries out here. We got Ed going on.
All right, we're doing it.
I'm
we're
down
doing it
for
live. Guile versus Ed. We get down to it. The new character versus
Battle of the Blondes.
Yeah, Battle of the Blondes here. Of course,
the
a
training
very
room.
strong character. And
not the training.
I know. You hate to see it, right? But you do love to see players trying out new characters here in bracket. And what better to put them through the test than a bracket like this, right?
Yeah, and in top 8, already Squidtastic burning out. We're seeing a lot of people willing to burn that drive gauge early, but against Guile, that's really scary. However, in this particular matchup, hold up, as I say that, Squidtastic, he's got the counterplay.
Yeah, one thing about Ed, too, is that he has unique movement built into him, which is something a lot of characters can't say for themselves, but go with the tried and true, put the projectile down, get the anti-air. The gameplay never changes. It's been there for 30 years.
Yeah, the gameplay certainly doesn't change, but the spacing might. This is a very interesting matchup spacing-wise, because both of these characters like to live at a very similar mid-range spacing right outside of that typical poke range.
We're seeing how the zoning war is not really coming out there for Squidtastic, as Guile appropriately is winning through it, right?
Yeah, that blade. The fact that he got that change from Street Fighter V, where he just always has that as part of his toolkit, right? It's not a V-trigger special or something silly, makes it so hard to out-fireball him. I think that was a good change, because he needs to be able to win the fireball war.
We saw Squidtastic trying to make any headway there, but DMCDante doing the keep-out game justice. Okay,
Ooh,
there's
we
the
go.
snatchers, right?
Give me those
And I
plus
like
frames.
that. Let Squidtastic take a turn there, get the plus frames, and then retaliate. But speaking of retaliation, we're going to dump some meter into it.
Ooh, Squidtastic with the fake there. You can fake out of that charge, which is very key for mixing up on DI potential. Because if you don't fake that, it's possible for Dante to just DI through it, but Squidtastic just putting in the pressure.
The level 2, okay, we're going to get any... We need a way to get in.
Oh, there we go, there we go.
It's like a Klondike bar. I'll take a mix-up.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay, Squidtastic having definitely a better round than last time, but we're going to bank on the last of our drive gauge on that reversal, and we're going to bet all our life on that overextension there as Dante takes it 1-0 with their Guile.
Yeah, okay, Dante. I'm
see
curious. We're running it back. No character counter picks.
Maybe feels a little bit confident. All right, I like it.
That was aggressive. That 6H there, so scary. If Dante can't hit that, he is, of course, plus in your face, which is something you never want to see.
And, like, Squidtastic is sitting here full range trying to, like, out-zone the zoner, which I don't think is really going to behoove them well. I would say it's a battle of inches. Just start moving forward, right? Because if he starts moving forward, then Dante has to start moving somewhere.
I think part of it is actually also the confidence. Because, ooh.
You might need a little more confidence to take out a
it.
player like Dante, though.
Yeah, classic. Get that down forward into the flash kick. Because Squidtastic does have tools to break through those fireballs, but he has to time them very well and be very comfortable, which if he's new to this character, he may not be in a position yet where he's willing to take those risks. Oh, but that flash kick does not cover above you. Squidtastic may be back in this.
Kind of see
It's hard, though.
It's definitely hard. We're in chip-out territory here. So Dante going to be throwing out the slicer.
Why is he not jumping?
Yeah, one thing you have to learn, too, is that when fireballs are on the screen, if you neutral jump, the travel time still has to complete before they can throw their fireball.
Exactly. I'm surprised to see Squidtastic just taking the L on that block stun and on the drive damage as well, giving Dante an opportunity to just pressure him. Finally, we see the parries coming out, but might be a little bit too little too late as Dante, gets those combos into the light confirm, pushing him all the way into the corner.
We're trying to see a lot more aggression come out from Squidtastic. Still not working the best. We're throwing out the Psycho Cannon just to make sure that we somehow get in. I'm not sure if it's...
What you got?
Oh, right through it with the Snatcher. All right, that was cute. That was cute. I like that, Squidtastic.
Didn't get a whole lot off of it, though, in the end.
Pretty expensive mix-up, right?
That's like a light confirm worth of combo damage. That's Dante with, like, crouching light punch flash kick.
All right, once again, we're back in that situation. It's looking pretty difficult. Yeah, you walk up with me, you get EX boomed, and there it is, 2-0 for Dante.
He is not afraid of that EX boom.
It's so easy to throw out, especially when you're expecting the dash, right? Just reacting to the dash, throw an X projectile, easy peasy.
Yeah, that safe frame data. And unsurprisingly, we do see the Juri come out. I want to see, does he have the timing on those Fuha stock blocks?
Now, Dante actually going to be sticking with Guile here. No switches. Now, this is definitely a lot more doable. Of course, not where we're playing a more your comfy pick, right? But you have the dive pick from Juri, right? Where it's more of a thing that can bait out those anti-air attempts from Guile.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
There you go.
But you got to space it. You got to space it.
Yes. Squidtastic had some ideas there. Dante still playing this, of course, the very simple, this is Guile's world that he wants to be in, but there you go, the Fuha stocks this time. Squidtastic, he gets to set up too. If Dante's not going to go in, he says, all right, bet. Let me just set up shop at long range, get these stocks, and then I'll go in.
Okay, yeah. Easy burnout situation there. Goes for just the jump in time, doesn't use the dive kick to throw off the timing. DMC Dante puts you back to full screen. There it is. Oh!
Trading with the crouching heavy punch.
Such an unfortunate situation, but Dante will take that all day. Her dive kick is so weird because it's not like a traditional dive kick where you can make it plus at the feet. It's more like just a call-out tool.
Yes. And also the reason that was so awkward for Guile, he does not have upper body invincibility on crouching heavy punch.
Yeah, the hurt boxes are a little bit different on his anti-charge, which means he has to rely, if he wants to get a full clean hit, is flash kick, right? So you have to realize what the risk reward is at all areas of the screen.
Again, that blade coming out. So hard
active
for Squidtastic to deal with that. And you get so many mix-ups off of it too because of the different timings of the light, medium, and heavy. Someone can finally figure out, okay, I'm going to jump in on this, but you did the light version, and then oops, you get flash kicks.
Throwing out the crouching medium kick there. You know, easy use of the target combos. We're seeing the level 1 here from DMC Dante.
No. Oh,
it's
no.
making a level 1.
Not like this.
The Juri level 1 getting stuffed out. I like the attempt, Squidtastic, but It's looking pretty difficult.
Welcome to 1995, my guy. Can you get past the wall?
Yeah, no handcuffs glitch here, but you might be put into prison outside of the bracket here.
This is Dante's his real inferno out here. That's that 9 circle of hell. You're stuck against the booms. You're stuck against the flash kicks. There is no escape.
No escape.
Oh, man, he's not reaching up how to get that apple. He's reaching up begging he doesn't get kicked.
Good stuff, Squidtastic, though. Had a great showing with the Squidtastic. No, I didn't. good work.
Yeah, it was...
Why?
Yeah, you want to talk about this?
Huh? Oh, true? So you played Guile? Okay.
I like the logical step there. Well, I had nothing to do, so I learned
He didn't go
Guile.
to an anime big tournament in California, so I have to learn Guile.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Is that a punishment?
I guess. So, I mean, there's other big tournaments coming up, of course. Fight Kingdom coming up next weekend. If you don't show up, I guess learn a new character, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the rules. But you have to learn a new character in, like, a different game, right?
Sure. But, yes, of course, talking about it here, Fight Kingdom next weekend. So very close. Retro meets modern, right? Games colliding and whatnot. One of the biggest areas. We're going to have one of the biggest showings for Third Strike and Marvel 2. Biggest showing for Marvel 2, like, ever in PNW. It was such a great time last year. I'm looking forward to this year. Of course, new games are in tow with Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8, but we got the return of Strive and Grand Blue. But I'm all in it a lot for the retro games too. CBS 2, Third Strike. We got ST. We talked about ST a little bit earlier, right?
Yeah.
We're taking it back old school, of course. Make sure you guys tune in. If you guys didn't get in for the bracket, just come spectate. It's in Everett, Washington, not too far away.
Exactly. It's like, I feel like that's a big thing that a lot of people who don't go to a lot of tournaments don't realize how much fun it is to spectate, to play friendlies. There is no pressure for skill levels either. If there's anyone in chat right now who feels like they're not at tournament level, bro, you have no idea how trash I was at these games when I first started showing up. People are so chill. They're happy to play with you, give you notes. This isn't Twitter. This isn't ranked. People are actually nice out here.
You're absolutely spitting on that one. The thing is about showing up, right? You showed up, and showing up is half the battle, right? You were all in it to have fun, right? Games are meant to be fun. Also, gotta give a shout out to the Real Plus R bracket there, but also Garo. Now, Garo, of course, having a new game coming out here in the future with Fatal Fury, right? City of the Wolves. But the original Garo is going to be represented at Fight Kingdom, one of the biggest brackets we'll have in tow. Oregon coming out strong. Oregon has Evo level contestants out there. So
it's crazy.
Love to see that game have representation. But speaking of representation, I think I've seen this matchup a few times and whatnot here. Of course, these are staples here in our bracket. They do make a lot of winner side brackets here. Of course, see it one more time. Kpop, Wimplo.
Yeah, we hyped it up earlier, and we're going to see it again. Hold up, is there something wrong with my man's controller? I'm not seeing any of those up inputs. Is he just allergic to pressing them, or is something actually wrong here? I guess we'll see. Either way, yeah, we hyped up this match. We thought it was probably going to happen, and sure enough, it is here on winner's side. Let's see how it goes down. If nothing else, these guys know the matchup. Let's see if the winds of change are coming. Who's going to be out on top here? Notoriously, I think Kpop has been on the positive end of this. It's been close. It's been close, but maybe today is the day Wimplo can kind of break through that threshold. We're always grinding, and we're always trying to make new gains here. But Kpop is a mountain to climb. An old school player, played back in the days of Street Fighter 4. Wimplo, I think, got their stride mostly in Street Fighter 5. Okay.
Love CBS 2, mind you. So, big fan there.
Course.
And fundamentals do carry over. Let's see how it carry over into this match.
But yeah, Kpop single-handedly pursuing the Kimberly agenda here in PNW, showing us that this character works. Wimplo, the perennial top tier of JP, the character everybody complained about until he got nerfed. But in the end, only one of these guys can advance on winner's side. So far, Wimplo got that early advantage, but there is a long set ahead of us. Yeah, it's about taking inches here. And wow, a great snipe on the EX teleport, getting the force knockdown, but the perfect parry coming out from Kpop. It's so important, especially after you've already spent drive gauge on your opponent's end. Speaking of spending more drive gauge, going over that drive virtual, it's that special movement that characters have to avoid system mechanics and get this damage. We converting. Okay, Kpop, I see you. You gotta respect the overhead. Plus frames are abound. Catching out the mash too. It's looking so difficult. How many overheads can you block? Kpop loves those overheads. My man's level 1. He starts with the overhead, and then he gets you to start blocking high, then he goes for the mix-up.
Yeah, it's a litmus test. Oh, but the test needs to be a little bit stronger.
You're burnt out.
That's going to be it. There it is. Wimp low, weathering the storm to get the level 2. That win con, right, to make sure we get that round.
Exactly. Wimplo from the clutches of defeat, getting overheaded into the corner until somehow turning that around, getting round number 1, and our first OD amnesia, I think, of the block finally coming out. Kpop not too deterred, though.
We're seeing how this battle is about positioning here, and Kpop is taking it to Wimplo, push him right in the corner, gets that counter hit, and gonna get that spray can knocked down. We're holding it down for dear life. You know, nothing too deadly either.
Yeah, Wimplo going into that parry game, not wanting to deal with the high-low, not wanting to deal with that paint can, and right now Kpop not really showing the pressure on the throws, so good reason for him.
Okay, the burnout, this could be a great chance for Wimplo. We're seeing Kpop just kind of back off, taking the chip damage, and waiting for an opportunity to teleport in.
Doesn't even need the level 3. You still got that in the back?
Yeah, both characters have full meter on deck here, but it's all about how you use it. I like it. The Wade did not go for the run stop this time.
Okay, we're getting something started here. This is Kpop where they want to be. Finally, that level 3 is going to come out. Get those buffs going. Get that Kpop playing in the ears. Wimplo, of course, still got a level 3 of their own. Let's see if they get to use it or if this pressure in the corner, finally, the throw's starting to come out.
Okay, I'm smelling an overhead coming here very soon.
Oh, yeah, you believe? Oh, there we go.
Like I said, we might have seen this battle a little bit, you know, just a little bit. But all I'm seeing right here is Kpop on the verge of a victory as they get one up on the board.
All right, that was clean. Good stuff to Kpop closing that out. Yeah, you had the timing. Unfortunately, Wimplo also had the timing, but Kpop able to close it out anyway. Just too much of an advantage at that point in the game.
Okay, this time, yep, I'm liking it. Finds the overextension, finds the whiff punish. Wimplo now looking pretty good on the upper end at the start of this match. Puts down in portal. We're seeing a lot more faster movement for Wimplo now too. Has to keep up with the speed of this character.
Yeah, this is a situation where Kpop is the one dictating the speed of the match, right?
Right.
Who is comfortable enough in that neutral to force their will on their opponent? And generally, once your opponent has you in that zone, it is so hard to break out of.
We're seeing if Kpop makes a move, I make a move. I get a whiff punish, I get some damage, and I take the round.
Absolutely, Wimplo got himself on the board in this game number 2, but that's how the way that game number 1 went. Kpop was able to turn it around, trying to do more of the same. Resources looking good on both sides. OD amnesia.
I like the counterplay that Kpop was trying to bring out. And honestly, got out pretty scot-free from the amnesia.
Yeah, we take those. And the perfect parry. Yeah, get back in your lane. Oh, dropping some stuff there.
The only one in the driver's seat seems to be Kpop with the anti-air street bug. Haven't seen too much of that.
Kpop was cooking so hard on that one. Wimplo just beating him with the level 1, the get off me right there. And now those full screen combos into the level 3.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
I like it.
Kill, but this is not a good spot for Kpop.
It's going to put Kpop lower on the drive gauge, which would be very important because now you can put him far away unless you just take it to him. I like the frame kill after the level 3 to get that throw set up too.
Good stuff to Wimplo, keeping it even. All right, game number 3. Who's got that momentum? Instant teleport in, both of them so aggro right off the rip. But now that drive gauge from Kpop already getting so low. You got to be careful, my guy. Burnout against Wimplo may be curtains.
Yeah, the standing like medium and crouch medium punch are just so deadly. The disjointness is able to fight the stubbiness of Kimberly.
Jumping, getting anti-aired. He's able to get that crouching heavy punch early enough that he doesn't trade with anything. Kpop on the back foot now. It feels like that momentum has switched.
Wow, going for the arch that cross up, kind of pulls that at the last second. Try to go for it again. You know, try to go for that slow ball mixed up in baseball.
Yeah, the change up right there. Okay, Kpop, you got to get yourself back into this. Wimplo looking pretty solid. Health might be pretty even, but the way things are going, I think Wimplo, he's got something figured out. He understands this defense a little bit better.
Yeah, it's getting a little dicey here. We're seeing counter hits, but we're not seeing full completion on that. We're pushing Kpop to the full screen. Now it's looking pretty difficult.
He's looking for that neutral skip. Does not find it.
Well, skip to Malu. We're going to go around to the next round here. You know, Kpop, it seemed like they had a good opportunity to close out that round, but it's all about how you finish.
Ooh, that's a good way to start. Overhead coming back out. We're recycling at this point. Playing that rock, paper, scissors. Nothing beats rock except Wimplo as he pushes you back to full screen. Level 3 online. Kpop not quite there yet. Also running out of resources. Not going to get burned out yet, but the way things are going, this is scary.
Unfortunately messed up the set play, which Kpop had the recognition to mash out immediately and got to get the level 3. That's kind of wary there for Wimplo. Still holding on to meter, mind you.
Yeah, but that momentum, that pacing, just getting that drive gauge back
movement
is huge for Kpop. I don't know about that one.
The answer. Oh, but the bait out. You saw the shallow jump to bait out that crouching fierce and bait out the drive reversal.
That was so good from Kpop. And not going for the overhead that time. I think Wimplo was expecting it.
Okay. Wow, called out on the OD overhead too. If I can't block it, I can sure hit it, right?
I'm telling you, these guys are swinging on the round openers.
You got it. Momentum is just so important there. So you have to advocate for yourself. Who else will?
Exactly. Be your own #1 fan here. Going for the approaching low. Are we going to get the overheads? Now Kpop trying to mix things up. Nice little fake out there. Maybe the spacing a little bit off. Not quite sure what Kpop was looking for, but Wimplo is able to get out of the corner. Oh, nope, you're going right back.
We're going right back looking for Wimplo. The first command grab of the set, and Wimplo pulls it out, and Kpop falls for it. EX teleport, get plus frame, drive reversal, put you back in that range.
I've seen that a few times from Kpop. That drive rush into teleport. An interesting little mix-up, but Wimplo is not getting baited by it.
All right, now Wimplo going up in the set. And honestly, it's thanks to a lot of these clean anti-airs. Like you said, no trades have been, so to speak of, but Kpop, if it's not, Wimplo making a statement, it's Kpop making a statement at the round start, right?
Yeah, my man doesn't need that trade deal. He's going right in.
Ooh, yep. I like the jump attempt, though, but Kpop pretty on point with the crouching fierce.
And that damage is starting to rack up. Look, she may have that innate scaling, but if you get a read on the OD amnesia like that, doesn't matter how scaled you are, Wimplo going down fast.
Death by 1,000 cuts, and she got Switchblade. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, something's going on in there.
Oh, something's definitely going on. It's a perfect parry. We saw Kpop be aggressive at the start, and what counters aggression? A perfect parry timing, right?
My girl hiding something in those sleeveless shirts. I'll tell you what. I don't know what's going on in here. Wimplo, on the other hand,
it's not strong enough to take out Psycho Power. I'll tell you what, Wimplo is on a verge of getting a very clean, perfect. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. Hold up.
Ooh.
Hold up.
Come on, get something, Kpop.
Oh,
do it for the fans.
Nope.
Okay.
That's one of those gambits, right? You go for a DI, and your natural reaction is a DI back, but you don't have the health to retaliate.
That's like one of the worst feeling things in the entire game, when you get the DI in the corner and then realize you didn't have enough health.
No, I reacted, but you have to make, there has to be decision behind that reaction,
You played yourself, right? It's not just about reactions in a game like Street Fighter or fighting games in general, right? It's about well-informed reactions.
Right. I love that. Okay, calling out the retaliation there from Wimplo, using that arc step to good effect. Neutral skip like we talked about earlier, but I love the mix-up this time. Stays in.
Yeah, good stuff to Wimplo, actually avoiding that. Playing that high-low so well against the double aerial attacks from Kpop, but resetting neutral.
Finds the counter hit, but once again did not believe. Gonna spend the last bit of drive gauge. Is it worth it? We'll find out.
At the beginning of the set, these situations looked so in Kpop's favor, but right now it's all the Wimplo show as that level 2 completely sets this in Wimplo's favor to take the entire set.
Wimplo had the idea to neutral jump over the arc step. We still have a level 3 on deck from Kpop.
You gotta spend it.
Can he find it?
You gotta spend it, Kpop. Get that drive gauge.
We got drive gauge right back on top here.
Not a moment too soon.
We're walking back. We're waiting for an interception on a drive rush. There it is. The EX teleport.
It's that drive rush into EX teleport. Kpop finally finding an open one. Goes for the frame kill, spending it all. You gotta get something going here.
Where's the level 3? No.
I don't know what happened there.
I'm not sure either. It seemed like all in their grasp, but if you don't spend it, Wimplo will.
You hate to see it.
But it's going to allow them to get into grand finals here. Congrats to Wimplo taking it over Kpop. Like I said, doesn't happen too often, but it's happening here at Backstreet.
Yeah, these are those situations where both of these players are so skilled, just one of them being a little bit more in tune on the day of. can go a long way. It can completely turn around what was a 3-0 last time into an 0-3 this time. But it's not over yet.
And that's pretty sobering, right? No matter how high you reach the ceiling, right, you can still have little hiccups like that, right?
Yeah.
That means, like, anybody bleeds, right? Anybody can make mistakes. It's about how you capitalize on those mistakes.
Everybody hurts.
Everybody hurts. But hopefully there'll be no tears here coming out here in Backstreet Brawl as we got into our next match between DMCDante and Nidosphere.
Are we getting the Guile, though?
That's a good question.
I want to see
Your guess is as good as mine.
I want to see it. Give me the Guile. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm just going to call it the DMCDante loser's character. Guile making another return here against Nidosphere, bringing out once again the Juri. Now, we already bested one Juri, right?
Yep.
Or at least we bested Juri for one game, and then the rest was Ed.
Yeah.
But I think we're in for the long haul this time.
Let's see how it goes. Again, going into the training room. You hate to see it. I'm going to have to talk to my mans out here. This is disgusting. There's a reason they banned this on Capcom.
I'm invoking a clause. No more training. They finally fixed the lag. I think, I don't want to see great. Maybe it's a mental thing, right? Make your opponent bored.
They need to.
I don't know.
Just pick like
I'm
the
looking
worst.
for any reason here,
Yeah,
right?
like what's the worst music tracks I can play? Ooh, the boom through, though. They need to empower us commentators to just walk over to the setup and go, no.
No,
Run it back.
Not, for my sake.
Yeah, put me to sleep out here.
Oh, but DMCDante standing in the perfect range to snipe the landing frames of that dive kick here. Keeping it pretty even. Nidosphere doing a good job of keeping it competitive. Oh, a little bit late on the answer. I think had the right idea, though.
So good at those triple lights as well, and the round winner right there, the run-up grab.
The suplex coming out from DMCDante.
You never expect it. The throw at the end of the round.
A lot of people in any game, when it gets tense, they're more likely to block, right?
That was such an awkward jump in for Dante. I think he was waiting, hoping for the cross-up to get the flash kick, because you can't hit them when they're right above you. But Nidosphere just landed exactly on top of him.
Okay, the layer one's working out pretty good for Dante, but you might need a little bit more to take out Nidosphere. The reversal throw, my man definitely plays anime games.
Yeah. I love seeing that. People who are more known for a different game, especially when it's like the anime versus traditional crossovers, seeing how those fundamentals affect their game plan in the other game.
You take it a little bit with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but you can't take it with you there. The meter is definitely going to be spent. Nidosphere going to come out on top there, making it even on the round count.
Speaking of meter, 2 level 3s on the board here. Who's going to get to pull theirs out first? Who can get that pressure game started, force their opponent into their game plan? We just waiting.
Being patient.
Just waiting.
Patient game. Guile is such good at slowing down the pace, right? Like, it's a different kind of like game plan you have to be used to. But the only game plan is aggression, spending meter, getting that knockdown.
Dante, more than willing. He's just sitting. He's not playing like that knuckle-do offensive Guile that you're used to seeing. It truly is the classic Guile wall.
He's like sitting on like, he's like a rich guy sitting on a mountain of gold. He's got so much resource right now, right? But he's just being stingy about it, right? Like, I'm no donations here. But Nidosphere, gonna give you a little bit of that cash. Just spend a little bit, right?
My man walks past the Santa at the Walmart.
Not the Santa. No charity here coming out from Nidosphere. Gonna be taking that game as we see pretty good stuff from their Juri this time, right?
Yeah, looking a lot more solid this time around. Dante had that first. Oh, are we gonna get the? What's going on here?
What you think? What you think, Dante?
Are we thinking about the loop?
You think the loop? All right.
Go up a tier or two?
Maybe.
I mean, Guile's pretty good.
They're in the same ballpark, right? If Guile is left field, then Luke is the grand slam, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Like, both very strong characters, but I do think personally Luke's the best character in the game.
Similar ideologies too, because they both slow down the game, right? Sandblast, the heat seeker, right? With that fireball. The travel time is such amazing too, and you can kind of like control the horizontal space. But the only one in control right now is Nidosphere. Gonna get a great lead.
Ooh. Great shimmy. Nidosphere so strong with those, taking advantage, like you talked about earlier, of the movement of Juri. Such a fast character, even on those walks. And as soon as you jump out, get DP scrub.
Yeah. Wow. Whoa, hey, what did he do to you?
I'm just saying, my man seems to need 2 characters to do the combo of 1 right now. Nidosphere, not
Nidosphere says, I only need 1 to take you out, right? Like, but yeah, Nidosphere, of course, Juri having that great back walk like you're talking about. But what counter with good movement, good buttons that we're seeing right now from Dante.
Dante's going to need to find the reset. You know, you are jumping between characters. Sometimes you need that round. Looking a lot more comfortable this time. But Nidosphere, so good at getting in.
Hey, I like how
great bait.
You saw the whiff, and you just like, all right, I'm far away enough to bait you out. I'm plus a whiff here.
That was nice. I like that. Okay, again, Nidosphere getting in. You did burn yourself out. Has a level 3, but yeah.
And of course, I think there's a lot more confidence, of course, with the loop too. All these unsafe die kicks coming from Nidosphere are a lot more heavily punished when you're playing a character you're more familiar with.
Exactly. Jumping over the Sandblast, Dante maybe getting a little bit predictable with that. That's very easy to do with Luke because you know how strong that button is at that mid-range, but that mid-range is the perfect jump-in range for your opponent.
Hey, looking good. Wow, the cross-up, it looks so ambiguous too. You're not sure where the corner is, but I'm sure you know where the dub is, Nidosphere, as you're going to be taking another one here. Going 2 up over DMCDante.
That's the 2-0. My man already, he's got the hand on the lip. That's the thinker right there.
The perfect KO mindset coming out here.
My man traveled to the Philadelphia Art Museum, thinking hard through that one. Decides to go through to the Luke into game number 3 here. I feel like that's the right choice. It was looking a little more solid than the
Yeah, I think
Guile.
You have to keep sticking with this, but you know, still have the same counterattack playing there. You get a well-timed jump in. Same old song and dance, but you spent a lot of drive gauge in the process.
Oh no! A little bit of a missed input. We'll call it a bait.
I think that was a setup to get the cross up because they want to make sure they get the put him in the corner, right?
I don't think I've seen that one before.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
So Dante is going for positioning here, right?
It's working out. I think you got baited. Yeah, you got hard baited.
Hard baited means death on block, which means Dante got to go take that round here. Looking pretty good so far.
But hey, we're seeing progress in the bracket. We're not seeing people getting hit by that surprise last hit, losing their opportunities.
Of course, the antis are on point. With the wake-up game not getting punished, you hate to see it. Dante, where you at?
Come on, Dante.
You awake? You need some
just
coffee?
talking you up right now. Come on, what's going on here?
You talk to somebody? Come on.
Don't get jumped in on. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the adaptation. Dante was in that place where you expect him to go for the Sandblast. Of course, Nidosphere going to jump in because it's been working, but that time around he was ready for it.
Nice. I love there. The crouching roundhouse coming out from Nidosphere. Ooh. Wow. Anti-airs are just on point for DMCDante and also hitting with the left limb of the Forbidden One, the crouching medium punch leading to the level 3. And you know what? You like taking vacations?
Oh, I love taking vacations. Where should we go?
Oh, we go to Memphis.
Oh, I heard Memphis is real nice this time of year.
And the knockdown here after the post level 3. Is that a bait? Was that a whiff overhead of my face and make you do something? I don't know.
Look,
I can't tell if it's a flood with Dante because Dante just plays like this, right?
Exactly.
Like
We saw that just a second ago. He was going for random poke punches in neutral, get Nidosphere to jump in and get DP'd.
Talking about baseball earlier, my man said swing, batter, swing, but you can't really react to an EX fireball like that, right?
What is that, like Mario Super Sluggers where DK he has the boxing glove and that's his bat?
He's cheating.
That's what Dante's doing out here.
Just like Luke's cheating with his buttons, good God.
And that character was not okay. No sour spot.
Yeah, we gotta chill out on the wake-up game here, Nidosphere. It's not putting you in good hands. It's putting you in the hands of this Luke.
And you're burnt out. Be careful. Great jump in there from Nidosphere. Not able to convert too much off of it. Just step on the head real quick. Get that positioning like you were talking about, but not able to convert off of it very well.
Has a life lead, just stay really patient, wait for a counter poke, and get another round on the board. We're amounting to a comeback here. That's all I think, thanks to just, I think Dante's just getting really comfortable with his character again. You know, played a little bit too much Guile, I think, in bracket, but now we're right back where we belong.
Okay. We're seeing a lot of those buffered Sandblasts coming out from Dante. Not really trying to hit confirm things, not taking risks, just either I get the block and I Sandblast to make it safe, or I don't and I get a little bit of damage, forcing Nidosphere to do something in this neutral.
Oh, the empty jump low coming up from Dante. Unfortunately, messes with the combo, but didn't get really punished for it, though. Burnout, I'm not sure if I agree with that because look at the life lead.
It's so scary, and Dante just needs one more.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it was just like, all right, I can stand at a distance to anti you or punish the dive kick, right? And unfortunately, I'm not sure. I think this needs to kind of chill out a lot more on this wake up, and also just, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot more hiding the intention from Dante too. He whips a jab or whips a normal to fake potentially throwing a fireball. And then Nystro jumps, and then the DP comes out, and the whole cycle repeats over and over again, right?
Exactly. It's the thing we were talking about at the beginning of the set that Nightosphere was taking such good advantage of. And at this level of play, you only get a couple of rounds of that before your opponent's going to catch on real quick.
We talked about like reaction with intention, right? You can't react to every small movement. You have to react to the right one to get these whip punches, to get these counter hits, to also bait out these throws. You know, we saw some shimmies earlier from Nystro. I want to see it again.
I think Dante has realized that if I just play that slow game, which you were talking about at the top of the set, and force Nightosphere to do something, I can whiff punish, I can DP that jump in. I don't have to take risks, not in this matchup.
Yeah, the button placement is definitely outpacing Nystro, but a level 1 might turn things around here. We're still in burnout, but not for much longer. If we can chill out for time.
Don't jump in, don't jump in. Okay, he did not jump in.
But the Fuha store is definitely unsafe. Now put you right back in the corner. No anti-air cover from Dante. It's those tense last situations, matching that crouch medium punch.
Yeah, just get me away from that fireball. Again, Dante, he doesn't want to play games. He's burnt out. And slightly too close from Nightosphere there. Scared to jump in.
All right, now we are on game point here. It was looking like Nystro's way, but Dante has made the slow climb back, which means we get to put a stop sign. We just say, it's a no-fly zone here. Come on. Come on, Nystro.
Oh, interesting little interaction there. Surprised to see Dante use that drive rush. I think it was because Nightosphere hasn't been jumping in.
I wonder if he was looking for a cross-up DP but messed up the input.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Potentially. Nice neutral jump, goes to the throw. Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't see a reaction come up from Nystro, which means he might be respecting Dante a little bit too much.
That's so tough. Nightosphere, the Juris in general have been having so many of those situations where their level 1s get beat out by the projectiles. Dante ready for it. Do you have the punish unlocked? Yes, he does, into the level 3.
And the Jury's out. I think you're dead. I think you're going to Memphis one more time.
I think Nightosphere might have gotten that free vacation, hopping out of the bracket, going straight on the plane to Memphis.
All right, DMCDante, of course, going to be your winner there on loser semifinals. Moving through the bracket here. My man looking pretty clean with the Luke, but now going to fight
a little smirk here. Oh, he looks,
a new demon.
He's scared. You see that? That is the fear right there. My man Kpop is ready.
No. You know, like you said, we talked about no one's your friend. But you also have to believe that everyone is beatable. No one's invincible. We're all human here.
True.
So we're looking here at our top 3 right now. Got DMCDante and Kpop on losers. Gonna fight Kenji Campbell, Wimp in grand finals. Let's see who it's gonna be here.
Kpop definitely looking to get that run back. Not happy about going down to Wimplo, I can guarantee you that much. You talked about my man going through it, whether he wins or not. Well, he didn't win this time, so you know he's going through it. You know he's been thinking about, how do I beat Wimplo next time?
Chani, where are you at? I know you're there somewhere. But I don't know if you're in chat or not, but your mans needs you. But where's that energy? Bring that energy.
Also, thank you to Repra for the Twitch Prime.
Any primers in chat? Okay. We see you.
It's free.
It's all free.
If you're not using that Prime on someone else, you might as well send it our way.
The Losers Finals, not going to be free. It's going to be a hard-fought battle.
Yeah.
All right, let's get down to it. See what the opening is here, right? Now, we've seen Kpop be a lot more aggressive, but DMCDante throwing the aggression here already.
Bro, we got to talk about this training mode.
We really do. I think Dante's, like, knows. I think he knows.
I need like a little.
I think it's all his fault.
A powwow after the bracket. Bring everybody together. Talk about.
I need to have a meeting of the minds for this one, right? Like.
We need to assemble the Avengers to take care of this one right here.
All right, but is a squad of 1 right here. An army of 1 right now from Kpop here. Going to be taking it, I think, pretty convincingly with a big meter dump all the way.
And you know what we already saw? That overhead.
Yep.
That's the level 1 for Kpop.
It's the layer 1, right? Like that first litmus test to see, all right, are you reacting? Do you have active defense? There's a difference between having defense and active defense.
Right. And one of the ways that that inactive defense really shows itself is, I got hit for the first time in the set, hold down back. And then I'll see what they do.
Yeah, it's your natural state, right?
Ooh. The timing slightly in Dante's favor there. Those fast Luke buttons catching Kpop a little bit off guard. Throw reset.
Ooh, no. Wow. What a slong low meaty coming out there. I think potentially caught the jump from Kpop there too. Trying to go for a backdash there at the end, but didn't really work out. So Dante's having good callouts on the knockdown game.
I think Dante recognizing that Kpop was in throw range, right?
Yeah.
And so Probably expecting Kpop to try to do something about that, jump out. You know Luke has those throw loops on lock and punishes very well. There's the level 2 already coming out.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing the difference between these two players. Like, Kpop definitely has the neutral, as we're seeing, getting these counter hits, but Dante definitely has, like, the knockdown pressure. So
yeah,
they have two different big strengths, and right now it's coming up a lot more on top for Kpop as we're seeing him getting the level 3.
Double burnout.
Burning out, yeah, but let's see, potentially if Dante finds a good hit here.
Overhead, double overhead.
Whoa, still a little bit too still.
Wait,
The reversal throw. Good
Again.
God.
No, there's the throw attempt in the corner, but Kpop so ready for it. Get chipped out.
And of course, probably threatened the idea of a special there. It just kept staggering pressure, right?
Yeah, those slightly delayed normals can go a long way. DP out. We haven't seen that yet. Good to see Dante mixing things up. You don't have to go for the high-low. You don't even have to go for the parry. Stealing a turn away, taking it all the way across the stage with the throw as well. Drive rush in, trying to reset that pressure, and knocks him out of the drive rush. And what a jump.
And that's kind of been Dante's special. Go for these neutral jump throws, and it has been working out. And of course, of keeping the corner burned out, but the backdash coming out here
That's
from Kpop.
Twice now. Kpop has gotten that read twice.
But Dante is able to intercept all of these drive rush attempts too, which every time you get hit, you've kind of wasted some drive gauge attempts, right? So we'll see how it kind of goes here. We're back into the corner, but Dante is one to fight it all out. That crouch mean punch, gonna get that set up one more time.
It looks so wrong, but I think you gotta be right. It's that same thing. Get that side reversal when you're in the corner like that. It totally makes sense for Dante to pull those out. And now all this damage, level 3, yeah.
Hey, if it's wrong, I don't want to be right. And right now, Dante looking pretty right here with the level 3 and a round trip.
And that right.
Oosh. All right.
Man.
I know the cards are going crazy at USC, but you know, Luke with Dante going crazy right here at Backstreet Brawl.
That Luke damage output. That is one place where I think damage reduction could be a noticeable nerf for Luke. If you take away some of that level 3 damage, it's kind of crazy.
It's also the Oki post level 3.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Oki in this game post level 3 that really helps carve the momentum, but there's so many strengths to all these characters. I talked about the power level earlier, and both these characters have things you need to be respected all along, and you gotta respect the baits coming out from Kpop here.
Yeah, at that point, you just gotta hold that. Dante had some idea. Oh no, not again!
We saw a reversal coming out from last game, right? And sometimes I think it's about the threat of the DP and not necessarily pulling the trigger all the time.
I'll be honest though, I kind of like the double DP.
Hey, you know what?
I'm a double DP
You're a fan?
Yeah, like certainly he won't do it a second time, right? No, he will. But Kpop was ready for it, which I'm honestly surprised about.
And there we go, reaction. Unfortunately, did not get out of the scenario though, but meet them halfway.
Dante,
and you might get rewarded for it.
He dropped both of them dropping the shimmies.
I hate to see it here, losing finals. Hey, yeah, pulled no sudden movements there, not to get punish counter on the drive impact, but that slide is not going to be safe.
So Dante going into burnout on his own terms. That has been something that I've been watching in the meta lately. More and more players, when they're in those situations where they feel like I'm about to get burned out anyway, let's spend some meter, make something crazy happen.
Okay, but Kpop has to make some crazy movements here if they want to survive. Once again, that checkmate coming out from Dante, that EX Sandblast.
Okay, round opener, much more slow now. Both of these guys recognizing how crucial this round is. Reaction on the drive rush. Kpop not going to get too much off of it. Also, you do have that level 3. We're not seeing Kpop being able to use that early very often in these rounds.
All right, well, these EX teleports are working out from Kpop. Dante is not skying them out, even though having some great series with these anti-airs, right? Ooh, the trade working out. Yep, and then we keep rocking out.
Yeah, we are. Get the Kpop going, right?
There we go.
What do you think she's listening to in those headphones?
It's actually DJ.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's if you have two Kimberlys play both level 3, it plays the whole song.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's one of the coolest Easter eggs in the game.
That is very cool. I guess the problem is you never see two Kimberlys, right?
No. Because they're not
Capcom, you know what to do.
You know what to do.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Overhead, double over.
And
low.
This time. You know what? I think we all just need a little high-low game in our life, right?
I wanted the triple overhead.
It's good for your health.
It is.
But bad for Luke.
Yeah, do those squats. The strength training out here. Look, my man, he got those Popeye arms. Those legs looking a little bit flabby right now.
And just like a ninja, Kpop using the agility to good effect here. Now, the DP working out this time. Let's see if later on the match, if we bait that out, or will Dante able to wake up for free?
At the moment, Kpop looking pretty solid. Parrying, yeah, we're not guessing on high-low. We're just going to parry. The late hit of that DP is going to connect, getting Dante out of the corner. But Kpop whiff punishing. I don't even need those level 3 buffs. I'll whiff punish you all day, shimmying in, shimmying out, making it so hard for Dante to take back space.
And it's been difficult for, I think, Kpop to get a good solid knockdown to get a spray can, right? So that's been a lot more, not as deadly on his Oki game, but still able to make it work as we're now on game point here.
That whole situation at the end there was kind of crazy. Kpop jumping all over the screen, throwing out some weird strings, and got the parry game on deck back in the corner for you.
Yeah, if scrambles are the name of the game, then we need to start throwing some parries, right? They're seeing on both sides, with Kpop, of course, getting an early level 3 to make sure we get some drive gauge back. Of course, the buff like we talk about all the time. But you can see on Dante's side, pretty close to getting a level 3 of their own.
See if we see more of those shimmies coming out.
If Dante's able to land a level 3 here and get the post down Oki, he might get a chance. Unless, oh, you blocked the overhead? Okay.
I did see a delay tech there coming out from Dante. Did Kpop catch on to that delay tech? Is he going to go for a shimmy using that speed? No, just going for that basic strike.
So dicey. No sudden movements coming from Dante. Did not bite in the arc step.
Overhead.
But the overhead, catching the counter poke on the crouch medium punch. But there we go. Kpop going to be moving on to our grand finals for Backstreet Brawl here in our Street Fighter 6 bracket. Of course, kind of what I expected, to be honest. Kpop, Wimplo in our grands.
Look, you got the reads, my man. That's why they made you a commentator.
Hey. Reads with no execution.
Hey. You already know what it is out here. Hey.
But the execution is definitely on these two gentlemen right here coming up here for our grand finals. Thank you guys for sticking with us through here. Of course, we'll be having more games being showcased on the stream later. We got Tekken 8. If you pop over to, I believe, our other stream for Satellite or Tempest, Tempest is going to have Guilty Gear Strive.
Is it not Satellite Air Dashers?
Might be right. So Satellite Fighters, Tekken 8 after this, and then Satellite Air Dashers gonna have Guilty Gear Strive, where you might see a couple familiar faces doing that too.
I don't know who might be over there.
Who knows?
I heard a couple of very handsome men.
I heard one of them's handsome, one of them's a putz. you make the side.
All right, dude. We'll rock, paper, scissors for it. Oh man, this is gonna be a hype set. I'm always excited to see the runbacks. These guys have played so many times, and now they are playing a second set today. Of course, we saw the 3-1 on winner's side. Are we going to see the same, or is Kpop going to bring this back?
Yeah, we'll see it right here. Now, real quick, what do you think the adjustment's going to be? Because I'm thinking right on their side that Wimp low, like we talked about, the first round, plays a lot of data, plays very carefully, right?
Right.
Kpop been testing reactions with these overheads. Let's see how it works out.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Grand finals of your Backstreet Brawl Street Fighter 6 bracket. Let's get to it.
That's the big thing I want to know. Is Kpop going to start with those overheads?
Right.
Kpop loves to start with the overheads. At the moment, Wimplo not even given the opportunity. Maybe that's the game plan.
Yeah, honestly, denying the opportunity of even like allowing the startup of the overhead to come out by meeting Kpop immediately at the round start, it's a good idea. Wimplo is known to have game plans.
That max range slide, I didn't even know that hitbox extended that far, but you know who did it was Kpop. You saw him dashing back all the way into the corner, spacing it beautifully, also baiting out. There's the overhead. Okay, we're back.
Yeah, we're so back here.
We're so
Backstreet.
back.
Yeah, a lot more preemptive buttons coming out here to media a lot of attempts and get these whiff punishes too. Standing right outside of the range of Wimplo's attempts, Kpop, I think, has been ready.
Frame kill
Been ready in losers.
Shimmy?
It's been like heated up in losers. You're warmed up. That's the difference, right, between being losers and showing in winners, right?
That frame kill into shimmy was crazy from Kpop. Also double jump. We are playing air dashers out here. Put my man in the strive bracket. Ooh. Okay, one more.
Like the elbow too. The Bushin Ryu elbow doing mad work.
Okay, what's the setup in the corner here? Kpop fading in, fading out, trying to get Wimplo to paint those buttons. Does get the bait. Burning yourself out for it, but you got the level 3. That's a pretty fair trade.
And it's a lot easier to bait out and say fighting Luke, who's Luke's DP kind of moves him forward. So now like Wimplo has to be mindful of that option and also mindful of the run stop, the double throw. And more? He tried. He whiffed it, but he got the perfect anyways.
And Wimplo has to be so careful in those situations because Kpop has that perennial threat of the drive impact, and a lot of those long-range buttons from JP are not cancelable, so you will get blown up, and you know Kpop's got the conversions off of that.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're back in that same scenario, too. We saw this last match here. This time, Wimplo playing footsies with Drive Rush. I talked about it before. If you aren't playing footsies with Drive Rush, what are you doing? It's part of the game.
Exactly. Another jump in from Kpop. Wimplo not confident on the crouching. Heavy punches, I think that nerf really doing a number on the mental in that situation. Another jump in. Kpop so ready for those.
Yeah, the elbow is really seemed like the drink of choice for Kpop, working out here to fight against Wimplo's JP. Oh, unfortunately missing the foot dive. I like the attempt though.
But we did finally see the drive reversal coming out in the corner. That's something that Wimplo plays very coy with. But again, Kpop not playing coy with those self-burnouts, the self-report coming out here.
I think, yeah, Wimplo, get the conversion. Yeah, level 2, this should be it. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, it's kind of like a ticking time bomb. If you don't take out JP and he gets level 2 and you're in that scenario with no drive gauge, then he explodes, right? You explode.
Exactly.
He explodes you.
But we were talking about this earlier, right? That idea of burning out on your own terms. The thing that has been becoming more and more popular in the meta. If you know you're going to get burned out soon anyway, you might as well make something interesting happen. Get that neutral skip, get your advantage, or just get those throw loops. Drive rush in. That's a lot of meter. Do you spend again?
Arc step, yeah, unsafe portal activation coming out from Kpop. Or excuse from Wimplo, which means Kpop puts down the can. Goes low this time. Blocks the enemy jump low, but you can't block forever. But you can mash out.
This is looking so much better for Kpop. Once they're getting Wimplo in the corner, I feel like the offense has just been, it's been more on point than what we saw on Winner's Final.
Nice. The interruption on the dash, too. One more scenario here. There's the drive effect. Yeah. Hasn't really thrown out the whole entire time. We've been kind of overloading that frontal cortex with the overheads and the lows, right?
So many things. Of course, that is Kimberly's big strength. Once she gets you in the corner, that crazy high-low mix, those movement options. Once she gets those level 3s, those insane shimmy games. Speaking of which, though, hasn't really needed those, but we do got overheads. Finally, OD Amnesia also showing itself in this game. Wimplo starting to play around the world with these defensive options.
And I think we saw earlier that Wimplo was ready to block the natural overhead, but you can't block something that's really fast like an EX1, so we have to start pulling out the Amnesia, and we also need to start anti-airing these EX teleports, otherwise Kpop is just going to run all over you with a level 3.
Yeah, at least get a jab check in on that.
Something.
Get something going on. One of the biggest weaknesses of Kimberly. You see that teleport, just jab. Of course, easier said than done. The same reason drive impact so strong.
You have to represent it, right?
Right.
Like, even if you don't get a full conversion.
There you go.
The only one representing right now is Kpop here with another one on the board, amounting to a potential reset.
Yeah, looking. This could be a 3-0 already. 3 rounds of drive gauge. Oh, can we make it 4? But you're in the corner. OD Amnesia, please get something off of this Wimplo. Get something started.
Hey, yeah. Trying to bait out something there, but unfortunately I don't think it worked. Another Amnesia yet, and I like the idea. But Kpop has the counterplay, using the invincibility from the throw animation.
And burning out again, really spending for these offense. Did not need to do that, but it's looking like it may have been worth it. And the throw is going to close it out.
Yeah, Wimplo, I think starting to get like that 1,000-yard stare, right? Looking for so many options and then forgetting to tech the throw.
Yeah, at this point, you're thinking a little bit about set 2.
There's that representation you talked about, sniped out the teleport, so that's good signs for Wimplo.
Yes, yeah,
he's still in it. He's still engaged.
And there's a reason my man's on winner's side, right? He is absolutely not out of this. It doesn't matter how hard.
And Wimplo, like I said, one to collect data. So you have a lot of games to play with. So no matter how this ends up, he'll definitely cash out mentally later on.
That's the JP, the Zoner classic right there. You collect that data, then you adapt. You figure out how to keep your opponent out.
Level 2. Oh, yeah. Level 2, unfortunately, is a little bit too slow to be a reversal just like that. That's one thing I think that Kimberly's are asking for, is to make level 2 a little more violent. Yes. That's why you don't see it a lot.
Yeah, a very rare button. Wimplo ready for it there. He hadn't committed to something, and now you've got the level 2 of your own. Maybe a little bit of a better button than Kimberly's.
Of course. They get the full conversion there, but that's a nice start for Wimplo. Going to be pushing Kpop out of the corner. A sweep coming down and overhead. It's all looking up aces here for Kpop.
Kpop putting on a clinic of high-lows yet again. So hard to deal with.
Oh, no. Anti-air game. Looking a little bit weak on JP's side.
Okay, we're in the throw loops. Are we gonna get one more? We got that level 3 as well. Have to be so careful. Wimplo on the verge of getting reset right now, and Kpop has gotten in that one last time. Frame kill, not gonna get it quite right. OD Amnesia.
Pick up. Oh, did not get the right spike.
Again, you just need that one opening, and Kpop has so many resources to make it happen.
It's so hard, too, because now Kpop is starting to get drive gauge back, so Wimple has to make a move, make it low, so these level 2 can be a lot more deadly. But we slide in, we reset the bracket here. Now we got a full, fresh new plate of games to play with. Let's see if it comes to fruition. Did Wimplo get anything from that?
Yeah, like we talked about, that adaptation, right? Wimplo, a king of adaptation. JP, a character who thrives in that. When you have that strength of adaptation as a player, it really helps him shine. If nothing else, we are getting the mental reset. I see him checking the phone there, maybe getting some different music.
Or notes. Either one.
Maybe getting that notes.
Like I said, he definitely has game plans in mind here. And I love to see that this is the maturity of these players, right? We're taking our time, right? We're rocking out a little bit. Just thinking about the next matches. Hyping ourselves up. Let's get to it. The resets abound.
It's so easy to get into that mindset of the hypothetical hold forward, right?
Sure.
The hold forward to die faster. And Wimplo is not someone who is going to get caught into that. A very patient player. There's a reason he plays a character like JP. But Kpop, speaking of holding forward, already with
Kpop's saying, like, you know, live fast, live harder.
We did see Wimplo not getting baited too hard by that shimmy. Kind of a weird defensive answer. Didn't go for the check on it. Just kind of let Kpop do his shimmy and then come back in. Either way, though, he is turning this around very well.
Yeah, a very good start there from Wimplo, but Kpop, once again, recognizing that, like, all right, I can use Drive Rush to close the gap, especially when you're trying to set up, so you're never safe, even at full screen.
And that's going to do it.
Yeah, like I said, good at first start. I think, you know, that later half, we probably could see Wimplo throw out his zoning a little bit more in a way that's going to cover that drive gauge like area from Kimberly.
Wimplo has also been starting to get a lot more off of these level 2s. That was a struggle early on, like you were talking about, right? Kpop was finding ways through using the invincibility of the throws or other offensive options to make it so that Wimplo couldn't get anything off of those initial parried hits.
Yeah, haven't seen too many elbow drops coming out from Kpop either. Not sure if Wimplo is thinking about that too, because we're seeing how active Kpop is on this aggression. Nice defense, and there it is. Yeah, it's just like you're facing an unstoppable force versus an immovable object here.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing though, that wall looking pretty immovable right now, and Wimplo is stuck to it. He cannot get out of the corner. Finally, that jump in not going to get punished, and punishing the drive rush as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, flubbing these pierces too, which means we're leaving damage on the table, but we are finding the clean hits. I like the fake fireball, but Kpop not falling for any smoke and mirrors. Goes to future past, can stay in the past. It's all about the now.
It's for real, and my man is going to take that game. Up now 1-0 in the reset. Wimplo needs to find an answer.
What do you think the answer is?
Honestly, I feel like a lot of it comes down to reading the offense, and more specifically, not letting Kpop get in as often. Because once you're in that situation, Kimberly has a huge advantage over JP, and those throws are just doing work in the corner.
I think you're absolutely right, because now we're in the situation which is forcing Wimplo to kind of like, all right, I have to cycle through my defensive options to get out of this whole scenario.
Yeah. My man's playing rock, paper, scissors with his demons right now, just trying to figure out, how do I get this person off of me?
Yeah, that standing meme kick is just doing so much work. And the snipe on the anti-air.
There we go. That's what I like to see. The fuzzy on the high low. Wimplo able to get out of the corner. Sometimes that's all it takes, resetting that neutral.
AR step back, trying to bait out something. Oh. And there it is. I think Wimplo was looking for a drive rush right there, but got clipped on the counter hit of his crouching beam kick, which means heck of big damage coming out from Kpop. Reset, but the parry, Wimplo's seen that before.
And the throw tech as well. Able to get out. Hold up. This is an opportunity for Wimplo.
Yes, it is. We're almost in burnout, too. This is huge.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That was also huge.
The choke. This is terrifying. The burnout's scary, but it doesn't matter if Kpop can get in. Wimplo didn't want to spend the level 2 there to close that out, and maybe paid the price for it.
And Kpop had to go for like the throw reset there too, because he was in drive burnout. Didn't want to spend a level 3, but we'll spend it now to make sure that we stay on the up and up.
Yeah, this is going to carry all the way through, right? It doesn't matter even if you lose this round. You have those buffs. My man He's turning on the K-pop. Those tunes blasting right now, and it is so hard to deal with this in the corner because of those shimmies. The speed is unstoppable in the corner.
Yeah, that standing fierce, the air swipe there, catching the punish counter attempt. Looking so good. 2-0 for Kpop. Wimp, can you at least get on the board, or will it be a 6-0?
This could be, what a turnaround. If this turns into a 6-0 from Kpop after that 3-1 on Wimplo's side, on winner's side, talk about adaptation. The way Kpop is just not letting Wimplo out of disadvantage.
And there was the EX run this time. Haven't seen that too much from Kpop as well, but it's starting to add a new wrinkle to things too, which I think Wimplo is having a hard time. If he's in a race right now, Kpop is sprinting.
Oh yeah, look, they say it's a marathon, not a sprint. But if your opponent has that kind of stamina where they could just sprint the whole thing, like what do you even do?
Usain bolted it out here on Kpop side.
My man got scammed on this one. Okay, teleport in. Wimplo trying to get something started. Again, you don't want Kpop to get the opportunity to get that offense started because it puts you at an inherent disadvantage. There we go. That's what we need to see from Wimplo.
That's what we've been waiting for.
Good stuff from Wimplo, getting himself on the board with that round, but it felt like he had to work so hard, get so many mix-ups, so many reads, just to get that one round.
Yeah, let's see if we can do it again here, but a perfect parry is coming out from Kpop here, which are looking like the same song and dance as we put right in the corner, and a snipe out with a crouching fierce. Rinse and repeat.
Potentially. Again, Wimplo's defense looking a little bit tighter, but it doesn't matter how good your defense is. If you can't get out of the corner, eventually Kpop's going to find a way in, jumping over the grab, converting all the way. Are we going to get the level 3 in here? No, we are not. A weird little flub.
Yeah, Wimplo recognizing that, getting the overhead, did not get the full conversion. Let's see how long he can keep it in. Perfect parry. Okay, you don't going to get too much from it.
Drive rush is not going to get you a combo, but it does get you a little bit of space to work with.
Looking for a safe level 2 activation potentially? We'll find out.
Yeah, we saw Wimplo make that mistake earlier. There you go, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just let it rip.
Yeah, fortunately, not many can block this. But, take some damage with it. Kpop, still doable.
Just trying to get away. He wants that teleport in. Wimplo was ready for it. We've seen Kpop do that earlier, holding back into the corner and then finding a time to slide or teleport in. Wimplo recognizing it, punishing beautifully, and getting himself on the board in this Grand Finals reset. I
think we're starting to figure out something. A little crack in the armor.
What we seeing here?
You know, I talked about how Kpop is an old boy, right?
Of course.
Right? Now, drive impact, a new mechanic.
It is.
I've seen him not react to a lot of drive impacts in this bracket, right? So the new mechanics, you know,
yeah, we'll call that.
I'm not saying the old reactions are kicking in.
Those legacy reactions, you know?
Yeah. But it is something that Wimplo is representing, and Kpop hasn't found an answer to it yet. Right?
I'm also seeing more of those hit confirms from Wimplo going into the drive rushes. I think before Wimplo was trying to make that space game work against Kpop, but now just spending that meter.
Okay, it's looking so good for Wimplo. Wimplo has just figured it out, right? Like, there's a new like, situation for Wimplo where he's like, all right, if I can prevent you from getting any sense of momentum, kill it at the source, right? Can't believe it's a symptom.
This is a game that very heavily favors getting that offensive momentum. That is the word, the key phrase, momentum. Can you get that advantage started? Finally, Kpop with an opportunity to do so, but again, Wimplo keeps jumping out of those, and it's working extremely well.
Okay, yeah, trying to look for that neutral jump elbow one more time, but just kind of taking it to Wimplo this time. Is like, all right, if you're not going to bite, I'm going to try to reset pressure, but nothing gets past Wimplo. We're going to go to a level 3.
That's going to put Kpop in a pretty scary situation. You're not burned out, but you're getting pretty close, and we see what happens when Wimplo gets you burned out. Of course, no level 2. Kpop also getting close to that level 3, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, I don't think we need it. Yeah, drive reversal. Fortunately, no punish on the block one. I think Kpop had the right idea, but fortunately didn't quite act on it appropriately. Now we're even. It was just like that. We thought it was set in stone, but you know what? Expect the unexpected, really.
Yeah, Kpop starting to drop stuff a little bit right there. This is the opportunity. Wimplo has crawled this all the way back. That advantage that you get from being on winner's side after Kpop looked so dominant for so long. All of a sudden, we're on the last game of Grand Finals reset.
Yeah, we have Kpop in an early burnout too, which might bode well for them, but Kpop is known to fight with or without the drive gauge. We're seeing right here, going to get that low-high mix-up. They keep going.
The throw in the corner as
Punish.
well.
Yes.
Kpop has that scouted out. We were talking about using those drive mechanics a little bit more from Wimplo, and now Kpop ready for it. Another thing here is you have to wonder, has Kpop been holding some of those mix-ups in reserve?
Sure, yeah, honestly, I think it's a great time to kind of like represent that too, as we eventually are in game point for Kpop, unless Wimplo can tie it up right here.
A drive rush in, again, something that Wimplo is using more and more of. Yeah, we go low, we go for that grab, mixing up Kpop, giving him a little taste of his own medicine. That early crouching heavy punch, Kpop actually swings through, resetting things, trying to even these rounds up. Can you get the level 3 off?
Hey, the pressure coming out here. Arcsept is backing off here. Jump right in his face. Wimplo was not ready to mash out there, but we are to put a level 2. Yeah, just gonna hold parry. Oh, but not hold parry long enough.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. Maybe something about the way Wimplo jumped in, maybe scared Kpop, trying to go for an anti-air. Speaking of anti-airs, Wimplo's getting punished there, and there's the level 3.
All right, we potentially have Gesture game here going. This knockdown, not gonna be like the most brutal here, but Wimplo's gonna still have to be on his toes. Level 3 knockdown.
This is your last shot, Wimplo. Can he get out? Goes for the drive reversal, no punish, but Kpop manages to find through in the scramble, and Kpop is going to be your Backstreet Brawl 3 Street Fighter 6 champion.
We talked about it earlier, the post level 3 knockdowns are so deadly. They put you in kind of a guess for game scenario too, and Kpop came out on top here for the grand finals. Climbed the whole entire bracket, but good stuff to Wimplo, who played his heart out, right? It was looking kind of dire in the beginning of that grand finals, but able to kind of just like, you know what, all right, I'm going to use everything in the toolkit, and maybe we'll get him next time, right?
Right. Yeah, see me next time. Backstreet Brawl 4, Evergreen Rising, whatever we got coming up. Fight Kingdom next week.
That's right.
Maybe these guys will meet in bracket there.
We got so many good events here around the PNW, especially in the Seattle area. Thank you guys for tuning into our Street Fighter 6 bracket. Of course, hold it down here for Tekken 8 here on this stream. And of course, Guilty Gear Strive over on Satellite Area Dashers. Of course, been for Sean.
Ben Lentini.
We'll see you next time. It might be sooner than you think.
Yeah, it might be. I hear there's another stream going on today, actually.
All right, guys. Keep it copacetic. We'll see you later.